Welcome to Washington High School, where conference play has arrived for the Washington Demons and the Mount Pleasant Panthers. You're watching the Southeast Iowa Video Network, home for Demon football and volleyball this fall, and later on in the winter, basketball and wrestling, soccer and softball and baseball, all throughout the spring and summer. My name is Jack Nolan, along with my partner, Zeph Walker-L, here on the Southeast Iowa Video Network. Again, sports coverage all year long, and that is powered by our broadcast partner, Washington County Hospital and Clinics. A big thank you to Todd and all the folks at WCHC, such an important community partner for supporting Demon Athletics. Also a shout out to Dave and his crew over at Fairway Meat and Grocery in Washington for their support of our live streaming broadcast. Welcome to the Washington Demons pregame show, brought to you by the N.C. Williams Agency of Farm Bureau Financial Services. Zeph, conference play is here for these two teams. It's our first broadcast of the fall. We picked a rivalry game to do it. Mount Pleasant fans have traveled here well. There's a good Washington cohort, of course, here as well. How excited are you for this matchup?
Honestly, I just want to see Washington win this 7th consecutive win over Mount Pleasant. 7. That's 7 years. I mean, I don't think it's going to be hard. They've got it in the bag.
Washington hasn't dropped a set since August of 2023 against Mount Pleasant, but this is a Panther team that has felt that because they return plenty of talent from their last few seasons. Their 3 leaders in kills, Addison Clark, Alex Scott, and Maya Starr, are all back in the fold for the Panthers. Washington has a little bit of talent to replace, but plenty of good players coming back as well, including their leader, or one of their leaders at least, in the assist category in Leighton Messenger, Zeph. She's been good. She leads this team in kills with 39. Who else are you watching, and what are you going to have your eye on in this matchup as these two teams get set and get warmed up here?
Well, you know, there are some big shoes to fill after Washington lost their assist leader last season by the name of Lauren Heinrichsen, who graduated with 659 assists last season. And guess what? They've got someone to step up by the name of Reagan Miller, sophomore, just a sophomore. So she's got a lot to learn and a lot of things to do for this Washington Demons volleyball team, already with 70 assists this season. I think she can do it. Yeah,
Miller, just a sophomore. Washington lost 9 seniors in total from last season, but do have a fair share of returners, including Miller. She will be a player to watch. This is a Washington team at just 1-4. They played in a tournament to start out the year. Didn't fare the best in that, but Coach Aaron Six is looking for some improvement from that in his 5th season. They went 1-4. They were in the Grinnell varsity tournament, lost to Decorah, Clear Creek Amana, and Xavier. Got a 2-1 set win over Carlisle, and then lost to West Liberty. But in their first conference test, they will be looking for a good result against the Mount Pleasant team, who themselves, Zeph, are 5-2 and looking to keep things going. What would it mean to Mount Pleasant to get this win on their side if they could flip the results that we've seen over the last 3-4 years, where it's been all Washington? What do you think that would mean to the Panthers here tonight?
Well, you know what's big and what I love most about rivalry games is that they can go either way, and the bragging rights are held for a long time. Some teams in different sports meet multiple times in seasons. Like football, they meet once a season.
Right.
Like the Hawkeyes looking to get their victory back this season, this Saturday. So if the Panthers want to do anything, they want to win. And if the Washington Demons want to do anything, they want to defend. And we're on home court. So Washington, you guys got to pull this one out.
Absolutely. Every team starting fresh in the SEC. The first conference games are tonight for everybody. And you make a good point. This is a conference that's going to have a regular season tournament on October 6th, just a couple of weeks before the actual conference tournament on October 13th. So potentially 3 opportunities for these two teams to meet. Mount Pleasant, like I mentioned, coming in at 5-2. They were in the Ottumwa Triangular, beat Ottumwa and Davis County, lost to Grinnell. They also have a win over Carlisle, and then beat Fairfield in a doubleheader, 2-1 in both of those sets. So this is a team that has seen a little bit of conference action. That was in another tournament, so it doesn't count toward their conference standings, but they've already gotten a little bit familiar. Fairfield starting their season tonight, or their conference season tonight as well. Overall in the standings, Burlington's gotten off to the best start in the SEC at 8-1. Mount Pleasant right behind them, though, Zeph, at 5-2. Fairfield at 4-2. Then Washington 1-4. So a chance to, like we said, get right and and start things off. Coach Aaron Six for Washington in his fifth season rather, at the helm. And for Alicia Schreider from Mount Pleasant, she's in her first year. This is a team that's had a lot of turnover, the Panthers, in the coaching ranks in the last few seasons. Her assistant, Laura Bjork, was the head coach last season. Raylan Seberg is also on the sideline. Emily Ellis and Jason Farmer, the assistants for Washington.
Yeah.
Zephyrs will close out the pregame. Final thoughts before we count things down toward the first set between Washington and Mount Pleasant.
There's a lot of pressure in the room. As we're talking about rivalries, there's a lot of pressure. You don't want to be the one to lose the rivalry game.
Can't do it.
We're going to lean on our assist leader to keep getting those assists. Keep feeding our scorer, the one with leading kills. Reagan, we need you. Layden Messenger, we need you too. Washington, let's bring it home.
See if Washington can do just that. We'll send it to a quick break. 3 minutes until set number 1 begins between Washington and Mount Pleasant. Big rivalry on the Southeast Iowa Video Network. You're watching Demon Volleyball on the Southeast Iowa Video Network, presented by Washington County Hospital and Clinics. We'll be right back.
At WCHC, our goal is to take great care of our patients and our staff.
We are able to approach you, take care of your issues, but also give you a path, as far as referrals or treating you right then and there.
Our role in the community is taking care of something that matters to everyone. It's their family and their health.
More than you expect for your health care.
There are places where all roads lead to families providing for their loved ones and their community. That's where you'll find us. Generation after generation. Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
At Seafirst Credit Union, we're all about making connections. Like how we connect you to that dream vacation with a savings account designed to help get you on the flight there. Connect with Seafirst today and see why together is better.
Your adventure starts here. Capper Auto Group Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram will get you ready in style. Meet with our friendly and experienced team to find a vehicle that gets you on the road and rely on our service shop to keep you there. Capper Auto Group. See yourself the Capper experience. The Connie and Amanda team is dedicated to giving back to our community by actively engaging with our clients, businesses, and the public. When it comes to helping you find your next home, investment, or commercial space, the Connie and Amanda team is here for you.
Introducing Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every meal is a delight. Start your day with our mouthwatering breakfast options and savor flavorful lunches with friends and family. Cap off your day with our delectable dinners. Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every moment is delicious.
Check out Community Profiles every Thursday, where our host, Greta Clemens, talks with people from around Washington about their stories and highlighting upcoming events. Make sure to tune in to Community Profiles every Thursday at 10 on the Southeast Iowa Live Facebook and YouTube page.
My name is Levi Lyle. I have lived in Kyoto my entire life, but I've been an organic farmer for about a decade. Truly, the reason to do business locally is because of the joy and fulfillment that comes in relationships. Coming to Professional Proteins is an opportunity to work with good people.
At Washington Lumber and Home Center, our extensive knowledge, great pricing, and a long list of local installation experts, you are guaranteed to get the service you deserve with the quality you should expect. Washington Lumber and Home Center, your local place for great results.
At Southeast Iowa Cabinets and Strabela Construction, we provide everything from design to complete installation of your kitchen cabinets. For small town service with competitive prices, Southeast Iowa Cabinets and Strabela Construction are here for you. At Wolf Floral, you'll find everything you need to spruce up your summer. Located on the southeast corner of the Washington Square, we've got you covered from small gift items to the finest floral arrangements around. Wolf Floral, unique by choice, not by chance.
In the heart of rural Iowa, where community matters most, the connections we make are made to last. Meet KCTC, your hometown internet, phone, and TV provider. At KCTC, we're not just about technology, we're about people. Our dedicated team are your neighbors, committed to bringing you top-tier services right where you live. We believe in giving back to the community that raised us. Experience the power of a real connection with KCTC. Join us in building a stronger, more connected Southeast Iowa.
Here at The Morning Breath, we start every morning with style and grace. Engaging you with thoughtful and critically thinking topics to start your day.
Did you know that Pop-Tarts are like horrible for you?
While always maintaining a professional and family-friendly environment.
John, you're no longer a virgin.
Oh, and all the other stuff.
Flowers. Yes.
We talk on all over the world.
There's another word for that, Peter. What do we call that? Cold.
It is cold. It's going to get
Weekdays at 7:15, only on the Southeast Iowa Video Network Facebook and YouTube page. Volleyball season has arrived, and Fairway sets all the savings all year long. With a variety of fall favorites and sports season must-needs, no one does it like Fairway. Make Fairway your home field advantage.
At WCHC, our goal is to take great care of our patients and our staff.
We are able to approach you, take care of your issues, but also give you a path, as far as referrals or treating you right then and there.
Our role in the community is taking care of something that matters to everyone. It's their family and their health.
More than you expect for your health care.
There are places where all roads lead to families providing for their loved ones and their community. That's where you'll find us. Generation after generation. Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
At Seafirst Credit Union, we're all about making connections, like how we connect you to that dream vacation with a savings account designed to help get you on the flight there. Connect with Seafirst today and see why together is better.
Your adventure starts here. Capper Auto Group Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram will get you ready in style. Meet with our friendly and experienced team to find a vehicle that gets you on the road and rely on our service shop to keep you there. Capper Auto Group. See yourself the Capper experience. The Connie and Amanda team is dedicated to giving back to our community by actively engaging with our clients, businesses, and the public. When it comes to helping you find your next home, investment, or commercial space, the Connie and Amanda team is here for you.
Introducing Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every meal is a delight. Start your day with our mouthwatering breakfast options and savor flavorful lunches with friends and family. Cap off your day with our delectable dinners. Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every moment is delicious.
Check out Community Profiles every Thursday, where our host, Greta Clemens, talks with people from around Washington about their stories and highlighting upcoming events. Make sure to tune in to Community Profiles every Thursday at 10 on the Southeast Iowa Live Facebook and YouTube page.
My name is Levi Lyle. I have lived in Kyoto my entire life, but I've been an organic farmer for about a decade. Truly, the reason to do business locally is because of the joy and fulfillment that comes in relationships. Coming to Professional Proteins is an opportunity to work with good people.
At Washington Lumber and Home Center, our extensive knowledge, great pricing, and a long list of local installation experts, you are guaranteed to get the service you deserve with the quality you should expect. Washington Lumber and Home Center, your local place for great results.
At Southeast Iowa Cabinets and Strabela Construction, we provide everything from design to complete installation of your kitchen cabinets. For small town service with competitive prices, Southeast Iowa Cabinets and Strabela Construction are here for you. At Wolf Floral, you'll find everything you need to spruce up your summer. Located on the southeast corner of the Washington Square, we've got you covered from small gift items to the finest floral arrangements around. Wolf Floral, unique by choice, not by chance.
Welcome back to Washington High School. You're watching Demon Volleyball on the Southeast Iowa Video Network, presented by Washington County Hospital and Clinics, just moments away from the start of conference play for Washington, hosting their rival, the Mount Pleasant Panthers. Quick note on your starting lineups. Jack Knowlton, Zeph Walker L on the call here tonight. Starting for Mount Pleasant, Addison Clark, Alex Scott, Alexis Rios, Brianna White, Maya Starr, Jenna Schwartz, and in the libero jersey for the Panthers is Meadow Carter. Washington's libero is Ellie Farmer. She joins Taylor Mikish. Leighton Messenger starts, as well as the blocks leader from this Demons team last year, Layla Green. Reagan Miller, the team's leading assister, starts along with Sarah Berto. And Lauren Dreota is out there as well. Demons getting things started with the first serve of the game. And that one stays in play, and Washington starts the game out right with the first point of the match.
As they should. As they should, defend home court.
Be big for a Demons team, 1-4, entering this one. Trying to start conference play off right. Reagan Miller's serve takes a bounce over the net. Nice dig there by Mount Pleasant, but a miscommunication between a couple of teammates there. And
we're sitting at 2-0.
2-0 Washington. Neto Carter and Brianna White didn't talk that one over.
Just a disconnection. Shaking the nerves off just early.
That one dug up by Scott. Up and over and dug by the Libero Farmer. A big kill there for Washington. It's Layla Green, known for her defense on this team, but a nice kill there for the middle blocker of the Demons. Quickly 3-0 lead here in set one.
What a serve.
Miller will do it again. That one too deep, and Mount Pleasant on the board. Just a little too much mustard on that one from Reagan Miller.
Panthers' first serve.
Over to take it is Abby Carthy, who subs in to this one. Carthy, that one's down over the top. And a second point there, Addison Clark. Mentioned her in the pregame show, 197 kills last year. Zeph led this Panthers team. She's going to be one to watch for Mount Pleasant tonight.
She's got one on the board there.
3-2, that one dug up over to the outside, but spiked into the net by Drahota.
3-3, even game.
Mount Pleasant nods this up. Best 3 out of 5 sets. Be crucial for either team to start things off well. That one ricochets off the net, but another point for the Demons. They've used their home net a couple of times well. You've seen a serve glance off the net, and that kill that time.
Yeah.
Gets down and little home cooking for Washington on their net. Taylor Mickish to serve. That one dug up, but a hard hit serve.
Worked in her favor.
Takes a bad bounce off the Libero Carter. Mickish again has started all 5 matches this season for Washington, 5'8" senior. That one dug up better that time by Carter. And just paints the edge of the line for a point for the Panthers.
We want to see a back and forth matchup. We want to see a back and forth.
Not too many long rallies so far, but you're right. Both teams trading points so far. Quick 3-0 run for Washington was answered by Mount Pleasant. That's a good serve that time by Addison Clark. Clark serving with the far side visiting Panthers students section. Got a construction outfit theme going on. I think it's jersey night for Washington as that one's dug over to the outside and sent home that time by Alex Scott. Carries Miller, couldn't reach it for Washington. And the visitors take a 6-5 lead. Clark to serve.
Ellie with the dig.
That one just sneaks past the blockers. Yeah. They were a bit too far back that time and ended up.
I wonder, would they get a block for that?
It does not. It would go down, I believe, as a kill for Washington. They're a bit too far back, Mount Pleasant, and end up blocking it into their own net. Here's Layla Green. That one dug up well, but the kill attempt not the same. Kinley White with that attempt, and Washington back in front 7-6.
No one's running away. No one's running away. We're staying close this game.
Both teams, a couple of errors we've seen. There's the first service error of the game that time by Green. We've seen Mount Pleasant, you're right, Zeph, have a few errors themselves. That miscommunication that gave the first point to Washington. You're right, you wonder if it is partially that pressure and tension of this matchup. Both teams trying to start conference play on a high note. Carter serves that one over. Up and down off a couple of blockers.
Oh, yeah.
And a point drops home for the Demons. That one took a deflection off of those two Mount Pleasant blockers. Another sub, Miller, coming back in the game. Lauren Drahoda will take a seat.
Serving for the Demons.
Karis Miller, one of the elder statesmen of this Washington team, a serve percentage of just under 85 this season, and that'll go down as a point for the Demons as well. Might have been a net violation there on that attempted tap over the net. 9-7 lead, first to 25. If it goes to a fifth set, it'll be first to 15. That one dug up carefully by Mount Pleasant, nearly drops home. Nice dig by Farmer, and tapped over the net. A little bit of a scramble for it. Carter able to dig it over, but out of play. Initially, some good reaction by Mount Pleasant to get to it, but Carter just miscuing that one, and that'll give Washington a 3-point lead.
Their biggest lead of the game was 3, so let's see if we can go 4 here.
Demons looking to build on it. Dug near the back line, set up and tapped over, but that one, called in. The Washington crowd on that near side don't love it, but Mount Pleasant will take the point.
That's a tough call.
Couldn't quite tell from our angle if it towed the line. We don't have Hawkeye technology at the high school level, but I believe for the most part volunteer line officials. Alexis Rios to serve. The senior for Mount Pleasant, dug up by Washington. Over to the left side. Pounded down that time, and another point won there by Alex Scott. 4 matches this season, 15 kills already. That's good for second on this Panthers team. Scott, another good returner from Mount Pleasant from a season ago. She was second behind Clark with 193 kills, only 4 off of her.
Dig.
Quick tap over the net that time. That one set up by Washington and put down.
That was really good.
Emphatic.
You can tell that's what she does.
Emphatic kill that time. And it's who we spotlighted in the pregame, Leighton Messenger. 39 kills coming in and a couple so far tonight. It's 11-9 Washington. Clark digs that one up. Set over to the strong side, but too far that time by Brianna White.
We're playing with this 3-point lead again. We're playing with it. Let's see if the Demons can pull away.
Run in the middle of this set would be the best time to do it. That one too long, though, by Messenger, so it'll give a point back to Mount Pleasant. Mentioned the form of both of these teams. You've got Washington, who has had the upper hand in this rivalry the past few seasons. Mount Pleasant does lead it overall. It's the Panthers who have had the better start to the year. The Demons looking for the better start to this match. That one, no one there for, and Washington able to calmly tap it down, and the 3-point lead once again restored. It's 13-10.
Let's remember that. Let's remember that as the game goes. That 3-point lead is what's saving the Demons right now. They're sitting comfortable, though. They're sitting comfortable.
Solid enough cushion. I don't think it'll be enough for Coach Six and his team, but they'll go 4 up.
There we go.
Nice serve by the libero Farmer.
The Demons are starting to pull away. This is truly going to be the game of who makes the least amount of errors.
I agree. It looks like it's been Mount Pleasant so far. A couple of miscommunications. Washington's.
Oh, good block and kill.
An excellent block that time. And Mount Pleasant's going to take a timeout as Washington extends its lead to 5. And to go back to what you just said, mistake-free volleyball is definitely going to be the message for both of these two teams. You know, we're in the early part of the season. But I think if I noticed, Washington also, their middle blockers up at the net have been a little bit better than Mount Pleasant so far. Washington's been able to squeeze a few points past those blockers of the Panthers.
They're reacting. They're here. They're alive. They recognize what's at stake. They have all of these people here supporting them.
You've seen a few errors from Mount Pleasant on some even easier digs. I saw a couple from Clark in those first couple of points that just looked like they were kind of routine and ended up carrying out of play. You have to think the coaching staff from Mount Pleasant is going to tell them to limit those as Farmer steps up to serve for the Demons.
Halfway through the game, the jitters have to be out. You have to be locked in now, especially if you're the Panthers and you want to make a comeback.
Nice serve by Farmer, but the dig right over the net.
Good dig.
Farmer does so again, up and tapped over.
Up.
Just a bit too wide that time.
The intention was there, though. The intention was there.
Layla Green kind of looking to place it. Just a bit too far, and Mount Pleasant back up to serve. That one dug up well. Nice block by Mount Pleasant. Washington looking to keep it alive. They'll just float that one over. Another dig tapped over, that time by Clark. Dug up by Farmer. And that one too far by Mickish. And a good response by the Panthers out of this timeout.
Yeah. Whatever the coach said over there, it's working right now. It's working right now.
Maya Starr to serve it.
Good dig. Set up.
Nice dig that time by Rios. And
that could have been a really good save on the Panthers side.
Was an excellent attempt by Rios, but couldn't get to the second ball. And again, not being rewarded for some effort plays, Mount Pleasant, or not rewarding themselves for some of those. And Washington, 4-point lead again as we get into later stages of set number 1. Washington Demon Volleyball on the Southeast Iowa Video Network. That one set up well. Taps off the Washington blockers. Back over for Mickish.
Oh, good.
Dug out by Clark. Over again to the weak side. Floated over and down that time by Addison Clark. Started with Meadow Carter on the dig. It was set up for Addison Clark. And the lead back down to 3. With Abby Carthy to serve for Mount Pleasant.
The student section is alive today.
Yeah, you can hear them.
They are alive.
Given those oohs and ahs trying to distract the Mount Pleasant servers. Have just one error, I believe, in between these two teams, and that was on Washington from the service line. So that part of the play has been consistent. And the Demons winning another point. Carthy tries to set that one up for a Clark, but it's swatted down. Messenger
here to play.
Messenger and Green both over there. And a big point one defensively. That to me has felt like the difference in this set number 1. The Washington blockers have been a little bit more active.
Yeah. 18-13. Washington's leading.
Mickish to serve. Dug up and just has to be dug over by Carthy, or Carter rather. And there's the block for Mount Pleasant. I don't know if they have a AirPod in listening to the broadcast. We just talked about the Washington blockers, and there's a nice point there for the Panthers, able to block that one home. Cut the lead to 4 with Clark back up to serve. One dug up by Farmer, set up nicely, but blocked again. Okay. That is Schwartz that time.
That break really helped them lock in a little more. Still trailing. Well, we've got 2 more sets to get through.
2 more sets at least if Washington gets through this one, but there's a service error, which is not what you want if you are Mount Pleasant. You know, a bit surprising there from a veteran in Clark.
She's given us an ace this game.
Addison Clark has been good, 95% serve efficiency on the year. Washington returning the favor, though. We'll gift it right back to the Panthers. It's 19-16. Farmer coming back in, the libero for Washington. And it is Mount Pleasant's libero, Meadow Carter, to try and close this deficit. Washington looking to close out set number 1 with a bit of a run. That one dug up well that time by Carthy, but too far.
Washington just 5 points away from winning this set here.
Big point for Washington. I thought for a second that the ref might have called that off of a Demon hand, which would have given a point to Mount Pleasant.
Yeah, he did give a confusing sign there, so I was waiting on him to make the official call.
Point goes to Washington. Serve again goes off the net.
By Meadow.
But again, too long.
That is IQ. That was IQ by Ellie Farmer right there.
Yeah, just decided to wash it. Didn't get
She didn't get caught up in the play.
Yeah, didn't get caught up in the play. And another timeout for Mount Pleasant. It is 21-16 in favor of the Demons. And that play right there, Zeph, you've seen a lot of digs from deep on Mount Pleasant's side that they just haven't been able to control and get over the net. They look, fairly routine. But the Panthers have just struggled on getting some of those over, and that's given Washington a few free points here.
It's the aggressive offensive play by Washington that's forcing the Panthers to play so low. They're having to scramble a lot because of that aggressive play by Washington, and I think that's what's going to work in their favor is that keep being aggressive, keep attacking.
It's worked in their favor for set number 1, 21-16 coming out of the timeout. Mount Pleasant had a decent response out of their first timeout and are going to need one again here to try and turn this set 1 around. Again, a deep shot in the zone, but that one drops home for Clark. Nice placement by the veteran outside hitter.
Got to give credit where it's due. She had to step up. She's the vet.
Alexis Rios comes back in, as does Brianna White, 2 starters for Mount Pleasant. It's 21-17. Rios to serve. 95.2 serve efficiency on the year for her. Farmer digs it up over to the outside. And
good save by the Panthers.
A couple of nice digs there for Mount Pleasant, and another one drops home for that Alex Scott, the second leader in kills for this Mount Pleasant team. So
that was a tough call there. I thought she saved it.
It was close. Scott able to drop that one home, and that time Mount Pleasant rewarded for some hustle plays. Well, can Washington respond? 2 straight points out of the timeout for Mount Pleasant. That one down hard, but dug up well by Clark. Dug over by White. And to readjust a little bit to that Washington, but kudos to Reagan Miller. She did so.
With the soft touch.
Just lofted it over, and it takes deflection off of Mount Pleasant for a point.
I guess it goes back to that IQ play, patience.
The profile of Reagan Miller is trying to fill that void for Lauren Heinrichsen, who left last season as the setter, but showing off some offense herself that time.
Good way to get the ball back in, Washington.
Washington just having to dig that one over. Another diving dig for Mount Pleasant.
Okay.
Farmer reaches that one. Outside to Miller.
Got a bit of a back and forth here.
Dug up and over, hit hard by Clark.
Dig.
Mickish sends that one over for Washington. Longest rally of the game, 22-18 lead for the Demons. There's Mickish to finish off that rally. And it's 23-18, a nice kill that time by Taylor Mickish.
2 points, so that's the first set.
Mickish, 17 kills entering tonight's game.
Can Washington pull it away?
Demons looking to close out set 1. That one out of play again off the top of the net. 1 point away Washington, and what would be a statement first set if they can close it out against
definitely a statement.
The second place team in the SEC they're facing tonight. Messenger.
And an ace.
Takes a deflection.
And an ace.
And Washington closes out set number 1 with a 25-18 win.
And I guess it's safe to note that was Messenger who got to close out that set.
Leighton Messenger does indeed close out the set. Washington 25-18 takes the lead in set number 1. We'll take a quick break. Come back for set number 2. The hometown Demons with a lead. You're watching Demon Volleyball on the Southeast Iowa Video Network, powered by Washington County Hospital and Clinics.
In the heart of rural Iowa, where community matters most, the connections we make are made to last. Meet KCTC, your hometown internet, phone, and TV provider. At KCTC, we're not just about technology, we're about people. Our dedicated team are your neighbors, committed to bringing you top-tier services right where you live. we believe in giving back to the community that raised us. Experience the power of a real connection with KCTC. Join us in building a stronger, more connected Southeast Iowa.
Here at The Morning Breath, we start every morning with style and grace.
Give me a
Engaging you with thoughtful and critically thinking topics to start your day.
Did you know that Pop-Tarts are like horrible for you?
While always maintaining a professional and family-friendly environment.
John, you're no longer a virgin.
Oh, and all the other stuff.
Wow, version. Yes, read the bottom. We talk on all over the world.
There's another word for that, Peter. What do we call that? Cold.
Cold. It is cold. It's going to get
Weekdays at 7:15, only on the Southeast Iowa Video Network Facebook and YouTube page. Volleyball season has arrived, and Fairway sets all the savings all year long. With a variety of fall favorites and sports season must-needs, no one does it like Fairway. Make Fairway your home field advantage.
Welcome back to Washington High School, where it's the home team Demons with a 1-0 set lead here against their conference rival, the Mount Pleasant Panthers. Jack Knowlton, Zeph Walkerell on the call, getting ready for set number 2. Zeph, would you take away their Washington facing a team that's 5-2 to start the season, themselves just 1-4? They've been looking for a bounce back. They found it at least in set number 1. How can they keep that momentum going?
Well, keeping that momentum going is keeping the aggressive. Keep being aggressive. The Panthers are making a lot of mistakes on the defensive end. They aren't communicating as well as they could be. Those timeouts have helped them, so it says that the coaching is there, but the on-court coaching between the players needs to happen.
Washington starting the second set, much like how they started the first. Taylor Mickish tapping that one over the net. She'll come out for Karis Miller. Demons with a 1-0 lead, and you're right, Zeph, Washington's aggression kind of forced some shots from deep on Mount Pleasant's side. They've had some digs that have looked routine that they've just miscued. You'd have to think if they're the 5-2 team that they have been coming into this game, they'll clean that up. Washington trying to ensure they don't do that. That one too far by Alex Scott. Just not enough touch, and those are the shots right there that can be so difficult to control from that deep.
Yeah, definitely.
Sophomore Reagan Miller, she plays some outside hitter. She's been the team's best setter this season. Serves that one up, tried for a quick shot over the net. Washington's blocker's ready for it.
Good defense.
Can they get the touch? Maybe a nice idea, just not enough execution that time by Layla Green. That's the player Washington would want doing those, getting those blocks at the net. She had 44 blocks last year as a sophomore, Layla Green. That led the team. They lost senior Jade Sheets, who was second with 26. So
dig by the Panthers. Miscommunication again.
Once again, Carter's dig not met by a fellow Panther, and Washington up 3-1. Mickish back to serve. And that one tapped
was
over.
Some great defense played by the Washington Demons right there, leading 4-1.
Quick shot over the net by Green. Do it again, the Mount Pleasant student section trying to rally their team up, but a well-placed serve by Mickish will drop for another point. It's a quick 5-1 lead, and Washington staying aggressive in set number 2. An ace for Mickish. She'll go again. That one too far, though. Pleasant serving it up that time. It's Carter.
Good dig by the Panthers.
And dug up by Carthy. They get it over. Bit of a rally here with a 5-2 Washington lead. That one, though, not dug up well by Abby Carthy. And a point for the home team Demons. Over to serve is Green. Just a junior, has appeared in all 5 of Washington's matches in that varsity tournament over at Grinnell.
Great attempt on defense there. She didn't give up on the play. Gotta love the hustle.
We've seen some good effort plays from both teams. Washington has been able to reward themselves, it feels like, a little bit more than Mount Pleasant. But the Panthers winning it the point that time. Alexis Rios, her 3rd start of the year, has appeared in the 4 games that Mount Pleasant has tracked this season, over the 7 they've played. That one tapped over.
Good defense by Washington. And the dig. Set up.
Good dig by Mickish. Sent down, but dug up well by Mount Pleasant. Just having to loft it over the net, though, the Panthers. Good block at the net, though.
You've got a back and forth going. Here we go.
Another long rally. Good dig that time by Clark. Can Mount Pleasant make something of it? Off the blockers, Washington. Chance to get one to the outside. Tug up again by Mount Pleasant. Tapped at the net.
And
nice save by Carter.
We're rallying here.
Washington still keep it alive with Farmer. Set up on the outside for Scott, but it's off the net. And a point for the Demons after the extended rally. The Washington blockers in good position on a few occasions there.
The Panthers are fighting. They are fighting.
Washington has notably forced Addison Clark for Mount Pleasant, who's this team's best outside hitter, to the back. She's played a lot on defense, having to do a lot of the digging for Mount Pleasant rather than a normal outside hitter position. That one too far. A couple of appeals by Mount Pleasant that it took a deflection off Washington, but nothing doing, and it's 8-3.
Early 5-point lead for the Demons.
That one set up nicely, and a net violation for Washington will give a point to the Panthers.
Got the student section over there making some noise.
Mount Pleasant, those students, they have been rowdy trying to get their team going. And they'll win another point to make it 8-5 after the error on Washington. That was Miller over there. Another violation called. Demon players with a chuckle at that "you can't do that" chant from Mount Pleasant. That served too far.
If the Demons can sit with these 3 to 4 point leads, I think they can pull away another set.
Mount Pleasant has not really cleaned up the mistakes enough to erase those kinds of leads. That one hammered home that time, though, by Clark.
They are leaning on their veteran.
Yeah, Addison Clark back on the outside. Mount Pleasant maybe a little bit back, more in rotation after Clark was sort of stuck back there for the last several points. She can play middle hitter and outside hitter, and is dangerous when she's over there. See how Washington adjusts. Clark digs that one up. Doesn't get the return, but it takes a deflection after the spike by White.
She almost could have just let that one go. It would have been out of bounds.
And it's hard to time when you're those blockers. You're just trying to get the timing down to block it immediately, and difficult to reach your hands back and know that it's going to carry too far. That one dug up well by Starr, floated over by Clark.
By Washington.
That was Messenger on the dig, and that one too wide by Mickish, and it's a 1-point game in set 2. Pleasant looking to build on some momentum here. Washington trying to stop a little bit of a run. Nice dig that time by White. Set over to the outside for Mickish. It's off the blockers of Mount Pleasant, rather, and another point ties this game up. And a timeout for Washington. The Mount Pleasant student section able to get a little rowdy with Brianna White and Jenna Schwartz able to combine for that block. Zeph, how do Washington have to respond here? You can hear the Panther students, the loudest they've been all game.
Yeah.
They showed up and showed out today for their team. And this is a Mount Pleasant team that's not going to go away quietly. They've been good to start this year. What's the message if you're Washington to curtail this run, get the momentum back?
I think that we need the Demons to remember what's at stake. This is the rivalry game. And if they steal a set, their confidence level is going to go through the roof. So as they attempt to get their first lead of the entire game, let's see how the Demons respond. Oh, is that a fake out right there?
That one over. Nearly got Clark to bite. And Farmer both over there, digging up for Washington. That one just has to be set over the net. Chance for a kill for the Demons. It deflects off the Mount Pleasant blockers. Good effort by Farmer to keep it alive. And that one too low
play
for Mount Pleasant. And there is the response for Washington out of the timeout. And credit that time to Ellie Farmer, the libero, nearly diving into the empty bleachers right in front of her to save the play for Washington.
It goes back to that IQ. Ellie has the IQ.
They serve that time, though, by the junior into the net, and that is what will kill any momentum for both teams. Service errors and unforced mistakes. But it's 10-10, and it's getting feisty here in the gym at Washington High School. Demons and Panthers deadlocked. That one up and down for Layla Green. The middle blocker not messing around. Washington up 11-10 in set number 2. Trying to take a commanding lead of this match. That one over to the outside and lofted. Might have been carrying out a play, but Farmer keeps it alive. Mickish tried to dig that one over her head. Bit of a misplay there for Washington. Sets up Clark to serve. Didn't have one ace earlier. Hits that one into the net, though.
Error. That's got to be tough coming from the veteran there. She had the chance to take the lead, change the momentum of the game, and didn't go her way.
Clark, 95% serve efficiency on the year. But a rare error, you're right, Zeph, from the veteran who's noticeably back.
And the defense by Washington.
She's playing D for Mount Pleasant. The Washington defense stepping up at the net that time. That's Green again, Messenger up there as well. Lauren Jahota up at the net, along with those two. 13-11, Demons. That's a good serve for Mickish.
Washington 14-11.
And an ace and a timeout called by Mount Pleasant, their first of the set. So just one left for each of these teams. And as Washington retains that constant three-point lead once again, Zeph, Mount Pleasant trying to talk things over. If you're the Demons, you've seen Mount Pleasant set number 1 actually respond fairly well at timeouts. Both teams, I think, to their credit, have done that. What does Washington have to do coming out of the timeout to try and keep this momentum going, not let Mount Pleasant take it back after they got some instructions from their coach?
Well, they haven't had the best of luck coming out of timeouts as the Panthers had. It seems as though every timeout the Panthers get that talking to from their coach, and they come out a lot stronger. But they need that to withstand an entire set. They're hot for a couple seconds, and then they just give it all back to Washington. So Washington has to keep their foot on the gas.
Yeah, Mount Pleasant's lead hasn't been much more than 1 or 2 throughout this match so far, but there is that response right out of the timeout. That will cut Washington's lead to 2, 14-12 here in this second set. Washington Demon Volleyball and the Southeast Iowa Video Network, powered by Washington County Hospital and Clinics.
Serve, Meadow Clark.
Libero, Meadow Carter to serve. Up and down hard by Washington. Layla Green that time. That one tapped over though, and no one there for the Demons as Alex Scott wins a point for her team. Scott's had a couple of nice touches on those kind of floating shots right over the net from that outside hitter position. Carter to serve again.
Good dig by Washington there.
Up and down hard that time.
And that goes to our leading killer for the Washington Demons.
Is Leighton Messenger showing why she does lead this team in kills with some power there. Good deflection off the blockers for the Demons. Lead back to 2.
What a serve.
Forced to send it over the net from deep Mount Pleasant. It'll set up Messenger again.
Oh.
Nice dig, but it's tapped down at the net.
Defense by Washington.
Nice heads-up play that time by Lauren Drahota. It had to be sent over the net from a deep position from Mount Pleasant. Drahota right there, no Panther in position to match her at the net. Lead back to 3.
Washington has that comfortable 3-point lead again.
Service error gives a point back to the Panthers, and just as we say, some errors can hurt Mount Pleasant. They can also let the Panthers back into the game if Washington, it's a real chance it felt like to further that momentum, maybe go on a run here that could put the game out of reach with where we're at. Instead, a service error gives a point right back.
We gotta see how the Panthers respond.
And sent over the net by Rios. Punched over, that time by Miller. To the outside and down hard. Nice dig by Farmer. Washington keep it alive. Mount Pleasant sending it back to the outside. Dug over, tap down.
Good
saved
defense.
Again by the Demons, but the shot just too much, and Addison Miller not able to reward her teammates for some nice hustle plays.
You can't be mad at that play. You can't be mad. There were a lot of times where error could have happened, but
yeah, it'll go down as an attack error, but you're right. It's those moments that are perhaps it's unfair. It's an unconventional kind of point, but Mount Pleasant don't care, and they tie this game right back up with an Alex Scott kill.
And there goes their student section.
See the JV team from earlier looks like they've joined in the festivities for the visiting Panther students. It's a loud cohort for Washington as well, and they're able to get loud that time.
And when you need a point, you go to Messenger. When you need to swing the momentum, you go to your leading player in kills.
Washington doing just that. Harris Miller back in to serve. 17-16 Demons. Big couple of points coming up. You have to feel for Washington. That one takes a little bit of a deflection. Readjusting to it is
by Washington there.
Farmer. Another tap off the net, though, will give a point to the Panthers. Nice play over there by Maya Starr, another veteran for this Mount Pleasant team. Only had one block coming into this game. Just 2 appearances so far, but has made some nice plays as well, along with Maya Starr, kind of trying to back up Addison Clark for Mount Pleasant. Starr taps that one over the net. Another good effort by Washington to keep it alive. Set up and poked over. Farmer.
By Ellie. And
over to Messenger, who just tries to loft it over the net. Over to it was Clark. Another rally here. Both teams kind of keeping it alive. It goes over to Clark.
And
nice deflection off the wall by the wall of Washington.
Got it.
That one unfortunate though for the Demons, and Mount Pleasant able to win a big point, and they have the lead in this set.
Their first lead.
First lead of set 2 for the Panthers. It's Alex Scott to serve. Miller. Lofted over by Messenger. Nice save that time by Scott. Set up to the outside. Just punched over, and Scott unable to control it that time. And once again, it was a diving effort that had to be made on the dig, and then because of that, Scott wasn't given really a good ball. It had some spin on it coming to her and just had to try and careen it over the net. And a tied ball game.
Serve.
Messenger dug up by Carter. Over for Clark. Hammered down, and a net violation on Washington will reward the Panthers. And a back and forth set puts the senior star at the service line.
The Panthers are working to be right here where they are.
Star and Oasis coming in. Dug up low by Farmer, having to dig it over is Mickish. Over for Carter, just has to lob it over. Back to the outside and off the Mount Pleasant wall that time by Reagan Miller, who to me has flashed more of her ability as an outside hitter rather than as a setter today. Has to do both for this Demon team, a heavily relied on sophomore. She's playing her part tonight, tied at 19, but that one way too long by Farmer. Big point for Mount Pleasant on the error that time, Zeph, for Washington. Couple of subs coming in for the Panthers.
This is a back and forth battle right now.
Abby Carthy.
Panthers cannot afford to go down 2-0 in this match.
Abby Carthy to serve. Hit hard
What a hit
by Green.
The dig.
Floated over, Carthy digs that one up. It goes over to Carter, off the wall again. Carter gets a second bite at it. Washington able to dig it up. So Washington Demon middle blockers have done a good job as Carter tries to spike these over from her outside hitter spot.
Got it back and forth here.
That one off the wall and down, and another point won by Reagan Miller.
Just 5 points away from this set. Tie game, who's gonna take it?
Lauren Drahota back in for Washington. Karis Miller will take a seat. 20-20, and it's Reagan Miller serving. That one's set over to the right side for Carter. It's tapped over quickly by Washington. Bit of an unconventional scramble there for the Demons. They're able to get control of it, though, and float that one over the net, and it shoots the gap there in between Kinley White and Meadow Carter.
Missed time defensive play there.
And a timeout called. Mount Pleasant uses its second. That's notable, Zeph. They're out of timeouts. If Washington's able to get 2 more quick points, they won't be able to stop and huddle up, and that could be the opportunity for the Demons to close. What do they have to do to win these final 4 points and close out set number 2? It would be a big one if they can do it.
I believe they need to lean on their IQ and their patience. Let the Panthers play fast. Let them get out of the character. Lean on your defensive wall that's continuously stopping the points. The Panthers could have pulled away if it wasn't for Washington's defense. They're playing more aggressive than they did in the first set. So we've just got to see if Washington can hold on to it.
I agree. I think the net play has been the difference in both of these sets. I think you're right. You've seen a lot of opportunities for Addison Clark from Mount Pleasant to get some of these kills, and Washington has gotten their hands on it. Those middle blockers, obviously led by Layla Green. Reagan Miller's done her part. They've been good at the net, Washington. Can they keep it up?
Save by Farmer.
Just had to punch it up, Ellie Farmer, to keep it alive. Mickish will send it over. Has to be dug over that time by Mount Pleasant.
By Washington there.
That'll set up Green. It takes a couple of touches and saved somewhat remarkably that time by Mount Pleasant. But that one was not, and comes off the wall, and it's 22-20 Demons. I believe that was Lauren Drahota who sent it off of the Mount Pleasant blockers, and that's exactly the difference. Those shots that hit the Mount Pleasant blockers have kind of taken bad deflections, gone out of play, no chance for them to save them. Washington has done better in that regard at controlling where the ball goes when they do get their hands on it at the net. Service error, though, makes it 22-21 Demons with the veteran Clark serving it up.
Washington cannot let themselves be beat because of their own mistakes. As I say that, and the Panthers have a service error with the Washington leading 23-21.
The same goes for Mount Pleasant. You're right, Zeph, and that is a potentially huge mistake with Washington now 2 points away from taking a 2-0 set lead. Mickish just keeps it in play. That went up and down hard,
and
but the block.
Defense by Washington prevails once again.
The block by Green. I believe Mount Pleasant touched the net as well. So for good measure, the ref giving the Demons the point. One more point for the Demons student section. Loud and proud, Mickish to serve. Takes it or hits the net to make it a 2-point game yet again in this set. And remember, Zeph, you have to win by 2.
Again, it goes back to who wants it more.
The libero
Washington has to close out.
Meadow Carter to serve. Bit of a miscommunication there between Farmer and Mickish, but they keep it alive, Washington. Carthy sets it up and puts it down. When Mount Pleasant puts it down, it's Alex Scott winning the point for the Panthers. And it's 24-23. Mount Pleasant making Washington work for it. That one set up well, blocked off the wall.
Defense is going to shine.
Good save there by White to keep it alive. Farmer has to dig it up over for Messenger. Carter just tapped over by Carthy. Farmer hits it toward the center of the court. Messenger taps it over. It's off the wall and down.
Closes it out.
And Washington survives in set number 2 in a huge win.
What did we say? If you want to close a game, you want a point, you go to your girl, Messenger.
Huge set win for Washington. They are up 2-0. We'll send it to another quick break. You're watching Demon Volleyball on the Southeast Iowa Video Network, powered by Washington County Hospital and Clinics.
At WCHC, our goal is to take great care of our patients and our staff.
We are able to approach you, take care of your issues, but also give you a path, as far as referrals or treating you right then and there.
Our role in the community is taking care of something that matters to everyone. It's their family and their health.
More than you expect for your health care.
There are places where all roads lead to families providing for their loved ones and their community. That's where you'll find us. Generation after generation, Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
At Seafirst Credit Union, we're all about making connections, like how we connect you to that dream vacation with a savings account designed to help get you on the flight there. Connect with Seafirst today and see why together is better.
Your adventure starts here. Capper Auto Group Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram will get you ready in style. Meet with our friendly and experienced team to find a vehicle that gets you on the road and rely on our service shop to keep you there. Capper Auto Group. See yourself the Capper experience.
Back here getting ready for set number 3 between Washington and Mount Pleasant. And inexplicably, it is the Demons with a 2-0 set lead. A chance to close out this match in emphatic fashion in front of their home fans in the first conference game of the season. Jack Knowlton, Zeph Walker L here on the call. And Zeph, what have you noticed in terms of the Demons? I won't say sheer domination. That second set got awfully close. They had to close it 25-23 Washington. But what have you noticed that has given the Demons a commanding lead here over these 2 sets?
When they need a point, they lean on Messenger. And as we're trying to close out this third set here to win the entire match, they need to lean on Messenger. She needs to be their go-to gal. IQ, patient play has led them to 2 sets over the Panthers.
Yeah, Leighton Messenger, 39 kills coming into this game, has had a fair few tonight. I'll highlight Reagan Miller as well, has been really strong, has to do that outside hitter and setter role, 2 crucial ones for that Demon offense, and she's done them both well.
And we can't forget about Ellie Farmer. She has been on every play. She's been the savior when it comes down to those rallies, those back and forths. Ellie Farmer's getting down there, and she's getting gritty, and she's making the plays happen.
It's felt like an engine for that Washington team. I think you're right.
Definitely an engine.
With all of the digs she's had, and Washington, for the third straight set, started with the first point. One dug up and over to Mikish.
That was a good hit there. Good kill.
Great kill by Mikish. She's had some nice ones from that weak side.
Yeah.
Of course, that left side of the net being the weak side for Washington, and Mikish able to find the gap. No one over there for Mount Pleasant.
This is the set that you need to make all the plays.
That one has to just be dug over.
Mistake-free volleyball is what's needed here.
By Clark. That one takes a deflection off the hand of Alex Scott, who was trying to duck out of the way of it. Instead, it's a similar spot for Washington as they were in the first set with a 3-0 lead.
I think Washington knows that they can close it out here.
Perhaps smelling blood in the water. If they can limit those service errors, certainly would be a help to do just that. Sent over, and another point, and it is just a clinic right now for the Washington offense. That was Lauren Drahota from the strong side.
What the Panthers can't do is get in their head and realize they're down 2. They have to focus on just going every single play. If they get in their heads, Washington will run away, and we're going to call it match.
That one had to be
That's
dove.
A great dig.
And saved there by Scott. Good placement on the
set
serve.
Up, and another one. Washington is pulling away here.
Washington is. That's going to force Mount Pleasant to use an early timeout. We'll take a quick break here, and we'll come back in 1 minute from the Southeast Iowa Video Network.
The Connie and Amanda team is dedicated to giving back to our community by actively engaging with our clients, businesses, and the public. When it comes to helping you find your next home, investment, or commercial space, the Connie and Amanda team is here for you.
Introducing Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every meal is a delight. Start your day with our mouthwatering breakfast options and savor flavorful lunches with friends and family. Cap off your day with our delectable dinners. Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every moment is delicious.
Check out Community Profiles every Thursday, where our host, Greta Clemens, talks with people from around Washington about their stories and highlighting upcoming events. Make sure to tune in to Community Profiles every Thursday at 10 on the Southeast Iowa Live Facebook and YouTube page.
And we're back with the rival game, Washington Demons versus the Mount Pleasant Panthers, here on the Southeast Iowa Video Network. The Demons lead by 5. Oh, and the defense still shows up. The Washington Demons are winning 6-0 here in the third set, leading 2-0. The Demons are looking to pull away in this rival game and win their 7th straight victory over the Mount Pleasant Panthers. Good dig there. The setup and the first point on the board for the Panthers for this set. Gotta wonder what's going through the head of the Panthers over there. Down 2-0 as far as sets go, and their first point on the board, but down 5 points to the Washington Demons. Good dig there by Ellie Farmer. Another good dig there from the Washington Panthers. The Demons, 7-1. This commanding lead can tread dangerous for the Panthers, as they need more points on the board if they're looking to pull away in this third set. Well, that's game. Service error there. Setting up to serve for the Panthers, Addison Clark, their veteran. Good defense there from the Demons. Oh, good save there. Oh, and just a miscommunication for the Washington Demons there. Seems like they didn't know who wanted it. Demons lead 7-3. Setting up to serve, Addison Clark for the Panthers. Another error made by the Demons. They cannot allow themselves to be beat by their own mistakes. Big dare by Washington. And their point goes to their leading scorer, Leighton Messenger. Demons 8-4. Good save there by Washington. Set up. And the point. Another one on the board for Leighton Messenger. The Demons lead 9-4 in this third set. Comfortable lead Washington is sitting at. Comfortable lead. And just an error there on the Panthers. Miscommunication on the defensive side. Again, the Washington Demons are sitting really comfortable. Minimal mistakes made. Defense there by Panthers to block that one. Leighton Messenger with the setup. And the point by the Demons. Another one on the board for Leighton Messenger. Comes into this game leading with 39 kills for the season. Oh, and just overshot that one there as the Panthers take a point there. Down by 6. Meadow Clark setting up to serve. Good save by the Panthers. And the Demons are just playing very patient. And they're getting it to their gal. Leighton Messenger with another one. The Demons take a commanding 7-point lead over the Mount Pleasant Panthers. Substitution, Karis Miller comes in for Lyric Wright. The serve, the setup, and the defense again by the Demons. They are locked in, they are focused, and they know what's on the line. The bragging rights in this conference matchup. Good dig there by the Panthers. Another error made by Washington. It seems to be a trend here. An error made by Washington leads to a point by the Panthers. The Panthers have yet to find some sort of momentum to get themselves back into the game. The setup. Oh, and just way too much on that one. That dig went a little too high as the Panthers get another point. Down 6, 13-7. The serve by Alexis Rios. Good dig by Washington. That one was shot a little too hard by Alex Scott, as the Demons take another point. The service here from Leighton Messenger. Oh, a service error. Mistake-free volleyball is what gets Washington these lengthy leads here. Alex Scott for the serve. Good dig there by Washington. The setup. Oh. Another error made by our Demons. Demons lead 14-9. Alex Scott for the serve. Ellie with the save. Good save by Washington. And the block by Washington, but out of bounds, so it leads to a point for the Panthers, as they're trying their best to get back into this one. Only down 4 now, with the largest lead being 7 points. Overshot there by Alex Scott. Ellie Farmer with the serve here. And an overshot, which leads to a point for the Panthers. Maya Starr here to serve for the Panthers. Good dig for Washington. The setup. And that one just couldn't make it over the net, as the Demons are now up 3 over the Panthers. The Panthers are leaning on errors by Washington. That's what's keeping them in this game, those errors made by the Demons. Setup. Got a bit of a rally here. And that's a point for our Washington Demons. The Panthers are looking to bring it back. And there's another point for our Demons, leading 17-12. Error, service error by Reagan Miller for the Washington Demons. Couple substitutions here for the Panthers. Number 16, Abby Carthy, checks in for serving. And number 12, Kinley White, also checks into the game. And that's another point. The Demons lead by 5, 18-13, here live on the Southeast Iowa Video Network. Taylor Mickish, the setup here. Error. Defensive error by the Panthers as the Demons take another commanding 6-point lead. Timeout for the for the Mount Pleasant Panthers as they're looking to figure out what are they going to do to get back into this game, because if they lose this set, that's match. Demons lead by 6, 19-13 here live on the Southeast Iowa Video Network. Hopefully the coach has given them some sort of advice to let them know the game is not over. The match is not over. They just have to win this set. Though they are trailing by 6, can they bring it back in? Taylor Mickish with the serve. Layden Messenger. She is alive in this one with another point on the board. I want to say that's 4 in this set alone. Layden Messenger. Demons lead 20-13. 5 points till match. Service error by Taylor Mickish for the Washington Demons. Substitution. Lily Brown subs in for Taylor Mickish on the Washington Demons. Addison Clark with the serve. Oh, and just a miscommunication on the Demons. They just couldn't figure out who was going to keep that ball inbound. Demons lead 20-15. Addison Clark with the serve. And that was what could have been good defense with that wall built by the Panthers. Addison Clark with another serve here as they are attempting to make a comeback. Down 4 against the Washington Demons. The Washington Demons are 4 points away from ending this game and taking that conference lead here against the Mount Pleasant Panthers. Oh, and that defense by the Panthers was not enough as the Demons, again, pull away with another 6-point lead, 22-16 against the Panthers, looking to close out this set and end the match. Just a little too much on that one. Service error by Layla Green, who subs out for Ellie Farmer for the Washington Demons. Meadow Clark with the serve. And I said it earlier, and I'll say it again. When you need a point for the Washington Demons, you lean on Layden Messenger. Substitution for the Washington Demons as number 14, Laura Drohota, subs out for number 2, Karis Miller. 2 points away from the end of this match. Can the Demons hold on and pull it away? Addison Clark. The veteran for the Panthers has just made a play as they are down 5, 23-18 in this game here. Got a substitution going on for the Panthers. Number 4, Alexis Rios checks in with the serve. Good defense there by the Panthers. Another point on the board as they try to make a late comeback in this one. 23-19. This could turn into a nail-biter. Good setup. Leighton. That is the story of this game. Leighton Messenger with what I believe 6 kills in this set alone. She is helping the Washington Demons pull away and close out this game. Just a little too much on that one as it just couldn't make it over the net. Leighton Messenger subs out for number 11, Kendall Conway. Got Alex Scott with the serve. This could be the final. Almost spoke too soon on that one as the Panthers are now down 3 points against the Washington Demons, who lead 24-21, which could be the final serve of the game by Alex Scott if the Washington Demons can hold on and pull away. Good dig. Washington has just closed out the game, 25-21. Game-winning kill goes to Taylor Mickish as the Washington Demons hold on and win the match 3-0. Live here on the Southeast Iowa Video Network. 7 seasons in a row, the Washington Demons has defeated the Mount Pleasant Panthers and continues to keep their rivals behind them. My name's Zeph Walker L, and we are live here, signing off for the Southeast Iowa Video Network. Thank you all for Washington. Brought to you by our broadcast partner, Washington County Hospital and Clinics. A big thank you to all the folks that makes WCHC such an important community partner and for supporting Demon Athletics. Also, special shout out to Dave and his crew at Fairway Meat and Grocery in Washington for their support of our live stream broadcast. As the Washington Demons celebrate their victory over conference rivals, Mount Pleasant Panthers, 25-21, 3-0.
My name is Levi Lyle. I have lived in Kyoto my entire life, but I've been an organic farmer for about a decade. Truly, the reason to do business locally is because of the joy and fulfillment that comes in relationships. Coming to Professional Proteins is an opportunity to work with good people.
At Washington Lumber and Home Center, our extensive knowledge, great pricing, and a long list of local installation experts, you are guaranteed to get the service you deserve with the quality you should expect. Washington Lumber and Home Center, your local place for great results.
At Southeast Iowa Cabinets and Strabela Construction, we provide everything from design to complete installation of your kitchen cabinets. For small town service with competitive prices, Southeast Iowa Cabinets and Strabela Construction are here for you. At Wolf Floral, you'll find everything you need to spruce up your summer. Located on the southeast corner of the Washington Square, we've got you covered from small gift items to the finest floral arrangements around. Wolf Floral, unique by choice, not by chance.
In the heart of rural Iowa, where community matters most, the connections we make are made to last. Meet KCTC, your hometown internet, phone, and TV provider. At KCTC, we're not just about technology, we're about people. Our dedicated team are your neighbors, committed to bringing you top-tier services right where you live. We believe in giving back to the community that raised us. Experience the power of a real connection with KCTC. Join us in building a stronger, more connected Southeast Iowa.
Here at The Morning Breath, we start every morning with style and grace. Engaging you with thoughtful and critically thinking topics to start your day.
Did you know that Pop-Tarts are like horrible for you?
While always maintaining a professional and family-friendly environment.
John, you're no longer a virgin.
Oh, and all the other stuff.
Flowers. Yes, read the bottom. We talk on all over the world.
There's another word for that, Peter. What do we call that? Cold.
It is cold. It's going to get
Weekdays at 7:15, only on the Southeast Iowa Video Network Facebook and YouTube page. Volleyball season has arrived, and Fairway sets all the savings all year long. With a variety of fall favorites and sports season must-needs, no one does it like Fairway. Make Fairway your home field advantage.
Welcome in to the post-game show. Washington getting the 3-0 set win here with Coach and Taylor Mix of the winning Demons. What was going right for you guys? Taylor, we'll start with you to get a 3-0 set win. This is a Mount Pleasant team that came in with a very good record, 5-2. You guys are trying to bounce back from a little bit of a rough go in the first turn here. What was just clicking from set number 1 here tonight that allowed you guys to cruise to victory, get up to 1-0 in conference play?
Well, today we saw the Panthers gave us a good defense, and so we really had to work our way to find around that. And at our tournament, we had a lot of practice. Like, we played some of the best teams in the state, and we learned to work our way around the block and communicate with our setters. And I feel like today we did that. And then towards the end of the game, in that last set, we made a lot of adjustments that, if you saw, it helped us out a lot.
Coach, what did you notice just from your team? They talked about making adjustments to, get a win here in that last set. You started every set, I think, 1 or 2 or 3 up, and, you were able to carry that momentum. What adjustments did you have the team make to get the win here?
Well, I think, part of it was just looking at things defensively, where they were doing a lot of tipping over our block, because we did have a very strong block tonight. And kudos to the front row for their efforts there. And then that made it easier for our back row to adjust to that and be able to take the tips off. And then as far as we did a great job as far as our middles holding their middle block and allowed our outsides to go one-on-one a lot of times with that, and then they were able to take advantage of that and get quite a few kills on the outside.
Yeah, I got one. For Taylor, you scored the final kill of the game. I saw you getting down on yourself when you made some errors. How does it feel to be the one to close it out?
Well, I do feel like sometimes I look like I'm down on myself, but I'm not really that down on myself. I don't get too down, but I don't know, it felt pretty good, but it was kind of a silly little kill. But honestly, anything that seals the game, I was just trying to look for open spots on the court, and I kind of was not hitting great, but I don't know. I was communicating with my setters on the adjustments we need to make, and honestly, that's what it's about, because we're going to go into practice, we're going to work on what we talked about, all of the adjustments we made, and I'm just glad I made some adjustments at least.
And I got one for you, Coach.
Yeah.
First conference game. How does it feel to set the season correct, as well as beating the rivals 7 seasons in a row?
It feels really good, anytime that we can get a win, especially here at home. It's a great feeling. We had a great crowd. I thought it was a really good atmosphere for the girls to play in. It was fun to coach in, with things and having the crowds, kind of chanting back and forth on some things. It's fun to see, and anytime that we can start on conference 1-0, that is a definite plus.
I was just going to ask, last one for me, just for you, Taylor. On that note, to have, your classmates in here and have such a strong support base, what does that mean? What's your message to them to keep popping out and showing out like this for you guys to keep having a strong season?
Yes, thank you all for coming out if you're listening to this. Honestly, it fills the gym so much, all the parents being here, everything. And we're lucky to have a good bench too. We have a lot of people playing with us, so they're always loud, and yeah, our teammates on the court, we have a lot of support. rapport. We have a good bond. Everything's great about it. So thank you for coming out.
Coach Six Taylor, thank you so much for joining us. Washington getting a 3-0 set win, a clean sweep over Mount Pleasant in their rivalry matchup. That'll do it for us. Appreciate you guys once again. Stay tuned. Next broadcast coming up. Next game you guys are at home, I believe, on Monday coming up. So we will have that live for you on the Southeast Iowa Video Network. And until then, we'll see you next time.